Hi everyone, welcome back. I wanted to film a favorites video today. I don't film them monthly anymore because there's really no point with me just not leaving the house that often. So I thought I would mention some of my recent makeup and skincare favorites and throw in some like other stuff as well. Some stuff that's a little bit more lifestyle slash food, I guess. Just to round it out, make it a little bit more interesting. So that's what we're gonna dive into now. Okay, let's start this off with something that is very unconventional for me to mention. This Heinz Wasabioli thing. Okay, now let me first start off by saying that I hate mayonnaise. I am not a fan. I always order food without it on it. We do not ever have mayonnaise in this household because we just don't eat mayo. We're not those people. I don't like mayonnaise. So I realize that me mentioning a product that is kind of mayonnaise based is a little bit strange, but hear me out. This is a mashup, and I think they were taking suggestions on Twitter or something about combinations that they should create that would be interesting. And I believe somebody suggested wasabi and garlic aioli. Now, those two together sound pretty gross, and I have to admit I was a little bit skeptical when my friend Julie first had me taste test these because she works in PR for Heinz/Kraft. They're like a mashup brand or whatever. So I got to like taste test these months before it got out on the market. And I was a little bit skeptical because like my hatred for mayonnaise is well known, but I tried it and I could not believe how good it was. So I had like a tester pack for, I don't know, a good 6 months before these finally got released on the market. And then Julie kindly gave me the actual packaging with the label on it because I just had a bottle that was like blank. There was nothing on it. And this stuff is amazing. Okay, if you like wasabi and if you like garlic aioli, put them together and this thing is perfect. I eat this with my sushi all the time. And that may be blasphemous to some, but it's so friggin' good. There's a sharp bitiness to it that somehow works with the garlic side of things. Even me describing it, just I know that it doesn't sound like a good mashup, but I love this thing. So again, the only thing that I've had this on is sushi. I don't even know what else I would put this on. I'm not much of a sandwich person, so I just don't have bread in the house like that. We're more of a tortilla type family. So I don't know what else I would actually put this on, but for sushi, it's fantastic. And it is a limited edition item. It's not gonna be around forever. I believe they launched them in April and they should be out for a few more months. I mean, this does go bad in August, so it's not like I can keep it around forever because again, I guess it is mayonnaise based. But yeah, I really like this thing. Keeping with food products, I don't actually have the box for this right now, so I'm using my phone as a reference point, but I'll put a picture over here so you can see what I'm talking about. So the grocery store that I go to is called Metro in Toronto. I believe they're actually from Quebec originally and then eventually just, you know, moved into Ontario. So I don't know how, you know, widespread Metro is as a grocery store. But they have a home brand called Irresistibles. And we were at the grocery store a month or two ago, my husband and I came across something in the frozen ice cream area that... And it seemed really out of place because again, it was like May, basically. And it was these ice cream bars that were candy cane and chocolate. And of course it looks super out of place because it's May and I'm looking at something that's basically Christmas themed, right? And I was like, well, I friggin' love candy cane and I like ice cream bars. Friggin' I want some. So we bought them. And then we continued to purchase them every single time that we were at the grocery store. These things are freaking fantastic, okay? They're like a mini ice cream bar. It's on a stick. It's not like an ice cream sandwich. With vanilla ice cream in the middle with like swirls of candy cane pieces in the middle. It is so freaking good. I've never seen it before. I don't know why it was out in the middle of May and April. That's when we were buying it because it's no longer available. I don't know if they found like a frozen goods box, the back of the grocery store that they just completely forgot to put out during the Christmas season. Because this, again, it just didn't make any sense why this was out in the middle of spring. But they're so good that I want more of them. And I know they're probably not gonna have any more available until the Christmas season hits again because we haven't seen it in about 2 or 3 weeks, but these ice cream bars are probably the best thing that I've ever had in terms of ice cream bars. The candy cane with the chocolate and the vanilla, it was perfect. I've had the ice cream, candy cane ice cream before. I think that's sold at probably, what is it, Loblaws or something like that. That one is no good in comparison to this one. I like that one, but this candy cane bar is so much more ahead of the other one in terms of like flavor and deliciousness. So again, a weird item to see in the middle of spring, but probably one of my favorites ever. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna talk about in terms of like food and whatnot is this White Claw in the mango flavor. I have tried to get on board with White Claws since they, you know, launched, what is it, about 2 years ago, and everybody was so hyped about them, and I tried a few of them out, and they're okay. They can be refreshing sometimes, but the best tweet I ever saw about them was somebody that said that White Claw tastes like you're drinking static while somebody yells the name of a fruit from a room away. Okay, and that was probably not only the most hilarious thing I've seen about White Claw, but also quite accurate. White Claw does taste like static and a faint whisper of fruit. However, sometimes I want something a little bit more light when I'm drinking, especially in like the warmer months we're getting in here. I don't always want a Corona, which is my beer of choice, or I don't always want wine. I want something a little bit more reminiscent of Mike's Hard Lemonade, which is not something I drink anymore because I had far too much when I was quite young and I just don't want Mike's Hard Lemonade anymore. But I want something a little bit more refreshing. And I've tried to get on board with White Claw, and I've tried a whole bunch of flavors, and they're all okay-ish. But it wasn't until I found the mango one that I really fell in love with the flavor of this thing. I've tried black cherry, it's okay, probably one of the better ones. The lime one, eh. The raspberry one, eh. They're all just kind of eh, right? The mango one, friggin' amazing. And I don't even love mangoes as fruit, truth be told. I usually avoid it because I'm just not a huge fan. I'd rather have pineapple or something. But the mango flavor in this White Claw is so stinking good. My husband agrees this is definitely the favorite of the ones that we have tried. There's something a little bit more refreshing about the mango one, I would say. It tastes a little bit more genuine in terms of the fruit. I always laugh because these say that it contains natural flavors, and then when you look at what it actually says, you know, in terms of ingredients, it just says natural flavor, and I'm like, okay, sure, right, whatever. But like, it does taste a little bit more genuine than the other ones do, so the mango White Claw is actually quite excellent. All right, let me move on to some skincare stuff that I've really been enjoying. JoJo's Bath Bombs. Look, I know I mention them all the time. I'm a huge fan of her products. She is a local to Ontario, close to Ottawa, indie bath bomb maker, and she makes all kinds of soaps and scrubs and all that kind of good stuff. But there's two products of hers that I've been really loving lately, so I wanted to mention them. The first one are her hand press, cold press? Just said, okay, handcrafted soaps. These are incredible. I have tried like artisanal indie brand type soaps before, and my persistent problem with them has always been the fact that you use them and I feel like they just evaporate into thin air. Okay, like they somehow just don't have that many uses built into them. So I was a little bit leery when I ordered soap from her just based on previous experience that I had with other people and their handcrafted soaps. But I gotta tell you, this thing doesn't just dissolve in the bath. I have used another one. This is the second one that I have, and I have a third of this particular one, but there's one in the bathtub that's getting used up, so I didn't want to bring it out here. So I'm showing you a brand new one. I have used, I couldn't even tell you how many times I've used one of these soaps. It's probably been over 20 to 30 times, and it's nowhere close to being done. It lathers up on my body, it cleans me, absolutely great in that respect, and it also has good longevity, which is just not what I was expecting in an indie made soap. So I was so pleased with that. I like the scent on it. I think it was some sort of like ocean type scent on these ones. And I mean, I'm sold on the colors of this, right? Like, this is fantastic. She does have a launch coming up on June 5th, and I'm going to be buying a ton more soap from her. I'm nowhere close to being done the ones that I already have from her, but I don't want to be without them now because they are very good. I also am somebody who interchanges between using shower gel and soap on my body when I'm in the shower. But honestly, I love these soaps so much that I've been leaning more towards using the soaps over the shower gels lately. So yeah, love JoJo's handcrafted soaps. And then she's more known for her bath bombs, which makes sense. Her brand name is JoJo's Bath Bombs. And I do love practically every single one that she puts out, but there is one in particular that I am just absolutely in love with. And it looks, unfortunately, probably one of the more boring ones that she makes. She has some like colorful, large scale bath bombs, but this rather innocuous looking one has turned out to be one of my favorites. So this is the Cocoa Rose Bath Bomb, and it smells of bergamot, lemon, lily, ginger, nutmeg, hyacinth, freesia, peony, and musk. And honestly, when I first read that scent description, I was like, that's not quite for me. I'm not really much of a flowery type person, but there's something super nice about this one. It's just lovely, just absolutely freaking lovely. So I've bought multiples of these ones over the last few months just because I enjoy it so much. I can't smell it too much through this plastic because it is completely sealed up, but there is a faint hint of a scent. And just the first time I used it, I was so impressed that I wanted to buy more, so I did. And it's just honestly one of my favorites from her. It's funny because it's just like this white one with a little dollop of like what looks like icing on top and like a little rosebud. And it's funny to me that I'm so enticed by this one in particular because it just looks like, you know, it's sweet looking, but it looks like kind of nothing overall when she makes such elaborate ones. So yeah, love JoJo's bath bombs. Always be on the lookout for her launches because they are phenomenal and her stuff sells out pretty quickly. Okay, more skincare stuff. I think I've mentioned these before, probably in an empties, but I gotta mention them again. So this is the Fourth Ray Beauty, which is an offshoot of ColourPop, their skincare range. Their face milks are incredible. My favorite is the oat face milk, but I've used that one up completely and I have other ones to use up. So I'm showing you one that I like, but I don't like as much as the oat one. So keep that in mind. So this one is the strawberry papaya one, and it's quite hydrating. I don't think it's as hydrating as the oat one, but I'm still more than happy to use it because these things are fantastic. They are so hydrating that I often forget that I need to use a moisturizer on top of it because technically I guess I really don't need it if this is hydrating my skin. So what I do with these is I'll put my toner on after I've washed my face, let that dry. Then I put the face milk on. I've started skipping a serum because frankly, I don't think serums do a whole lot, and the face milk is throwing a lot more moisture into my face than any of serum was doing before. So I put the face milk on and then I'll put a moisturizer on top. And honestly, there's been times where I've forgotten to put the moisturizer on, and it's because this face milk was so freaking hydrating that I didn't even notice that my skin was like missing the extra moisture because it already had it from this. So I like doubling up on the moisture content, that's fine, but like if you're somebody who just looks for something that is like quite moisturizing without being, I don't know, like a thick face moisturizer, you could probably just totally get away with these. So again, I'm not as in love with the strawberry papaya one, which is the one I'm holding here, but it's almost empty. So I mean, I've liked it enough to finish it up completely. The oat milk one is my absolute favorite. Sticking with moisturizer, Glam Glow. Okay, I held off a really long time on Glam Glow because it's so pricey, okay? It's so expensive. I don't want to fall in love with something that cost me 70 or 80 bucks, okay? Like nobody wants to fall in love with that. I gotta tell you though, this thing is so freaking good. This is the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. Now, they're saying that you can use this as a face mask, but I don't know how you would do that because it basically just sinks in completely anyway, so it's not like a mask that you would remove. I use this as a once a week super hydrator for my face. If I'm on a day where my face just feels like desiccated and dry, I pop this moisturizer out because it is just phenomenal. I put a bit of a dent in it, not too much. You don't need a ton when you're applying it to your face, which is fantastic because this thing is so expensive. I even like the smell too. It's kind of like coconutty, but not that fake coconut scent. It's more like a real coconut scent, if you know what I mean. It smells good. It works incredibly well. And I'm kind of converted to this. Like it's something that I just want to have in my bathroom cupboard at all times. I'm really in love with it. Really in love with it. I mentioned, I think in my haul last month that I had picked up the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream, as well as like a little packet of like mini try-on things for them. And I gotta tell you about these. I do really like them as well. So the first thing I have here is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Spray Perfume Hair and Body Mist. Oh, I definitely haven't been using this in my hair. I've just been spraying it on my body, and you can tell by this thing, like it's practically empty. Well, I hope you can see that. Anyway, the level's about here. It was completely full when I got it, which was, I mean, about a month ago, maybe less than a month ago. I just decided I was gonna start using this because I was also using the moisturizer, and the scents obviously work well together. Love this thing. Is it something that I would purchase independently though after I'm done this? I'm not sure, but I've really been enjoying it this month. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's just good. I'm not great at describing scents. Most people aren't, and I'm no exception in that regard. It's just a beachy, warm, fragrant scent. It's fantastic. And I've also really been enjoying the Boom Boom cream. I used up the entire mini that I had before, and now I'm moving on to the big mama here. I don't think I've actually stuck my fingers in this one yet, so you can see a full new jar, but I used up that mini sucker so quickly and really enjoyed it. The scent is just delicious. It's just so good. This is another thing that I don't want to fall in love with either, because I think this tub is like 60 or 70 bucks, and I got it when I had a gift certificate for Sephora because, you know, I feel a little bit more justified when it's free money, so to speak. But now that I'm using it and enjoying it so much, I'm like, oh no, I've made a mistake. So anyway, I am really enjoying this. I know a lot of people have talked about this over the years and I'm finally on board, but oh geez, I really like this thing. That's funny. It says it visibly tightens the appearance of skin. Okay, I don't agree with that. I don't think anything can. I just think it's super moisturizing and smells really good. Okay, let me talk about a candle first, and then we'll move on to the last item, which is nail polish. Okay, candles by Bath & Body Works. I've been a long-time fan of a lot of different candles, but I've discovered Fresh Cut Lilacs this year, and I am in freaking love. I initially bought it as a single wick candle, which is what I'm holding right here. It's the candle that I'm currently burning at my workstation in the kitchen, or dining area, I guess, because that's where I'm working as I'm working from home. And I like having a candle burning when I'm working. It just smells nice. It gives me a nice ambiance while I'm, you know, stuck at home for the last year and a bit. And the throw on the Fresh Cut Lilac scent is so good that it's made me rather unimpressed with some of their other candles now. I was burning, I think, a single wick of Tiki Beach before I got back into this one, and I was like, ugh, the throw on this sucks. And then I put the Fresh Cut Lilacs one on, and I was like, ah, that's so much better. So I've bought several more of the single wick candles. I'm burning a 3-wick one back there right now. I finally finished up that other candle that I had before, and I did not like the scent of that one. Now I've got Fresh Cut Lilacs burning back there, and I am so happy with the scent of that. So I've got it in multiple single wick ones now. I've got the 3-wick burning back there. It's going to become, I think, one of my favorite scents for the warmer months, just because it smells so good. It's not a fake lilac scent either, okay? It is a genuine, smells like the lilac bush tree in my parents' backyard. It's so good, and it does have a good throw. Like, it will scent up your entire room, even just using the single wick one. All right, the very last thing I have to talk about are some nail polishes, and they are all by Holo Taco. These are part of the Pastel Rainbow Collection. They are part of, well, Christine of Simply Nailogical, she runs the Holo Taco brand, and they are part of the Linear Holographic nail polish collection. I had to pull the box out because I couldn't remember what the actual name of this type of polish is. These are fantastic, okay? These are the pastel rainbow ones, and I have the true rainbow ones from last year's launch. I've never used nail polish like this that has looked this good, okay? Like, the colors in here are not going to look very impressive because the sun's not shining on me. I've got a lot of ambient light, but I have no direct sunlight, so these just look a little bit washed out. But all of these colors are pastel rainbow ones, and the amount of holographic reflection that you get when you wear these is unreal. They look so freaking good in the sunlight, or if you use your like phone over top of your phone flashlight over top of your nails, you can really see the holographicness. The application on these is fantastic. The removal is quick too, which is surprising because I thought they would be somewhat gritty to remove, but they're not gritty on the nails, they're not gritty to remove. There's something so good about the formula of her linear holographic polishes that I'm completely blown away. I bought the entire pastel set, which came in this box, and I got the other rainbow one last year, and honestly, I only want to wear these lately. I've been avoiding my OPI polishes, my cream polishes, for quite a while because I'm so happy with these. And while I love OPI polishes, I've just been gravitating to these ones so much because they are so much fun to wear. When you go out in the sun, you can see your nails and you can see them like reflecting rainbow holographicness everywhere. It is mind-blowing, okay? It is so pretty. I've been going out for runs lately at like midday when the sun's beating down on me, and I'm running while looking at my nails. And it probably looks ridiculous to other people, but I'm just like, ooh, look at those rainbows. So silly, but so satisfying too. So I'm just running around staring at my nails in the sunlight, and it's just been really nice. So I've been wearing these 3 so far, and I'll get through the rest of the collection in the next few weeks, but I just wanted to talk about the ones I've really been enjoying. I started out with Sparkling Water, which is this pale blue with obviously rainbow holographic reflect to it. Quite pretty. I wasn't expecting to like this as much because I'm not always sold on pale blue polish, but of this kind of type, I guess I would say. I like a certain type of blue, but not necessarily this one. Doesn't matter. This one was friggin' stunning. Did I mention it? This was called Sparkling Water. The next one I then wore was Peach Tea, which is a pastel. You know, it's funny, I guess it's the pastel orange one, but I would also call it kind of like a rose goldish type color. Friggin' stunning. Like, and quite subtle too, but when the rainbow hits it, it's pretty. And the one I'm currently wearing that, I mean, again, it just doesn't look like much without the sun beating down on me. This one is Lemon Spritzer, another really, really beautiful color. I can't wait to play with the other ones too. Like, I'm so enamored with how they look on the nails, and especially in the sunlight. It's just like, it's wow inducing. It's just like, holy smokes, those are cool nails. So that is it for my current favorites. I just wanted to talk about a whole bunch of random different things that I've been enjoying lately. And I hope you found it interesting. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye.